Hey guys, it's CL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make brand new Critical Role recaps every Monday at noon, and would be happy to have you join the party. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit the Bertrand bell to be notified of future videos. Now, without further ado, let's discuss the 70th episode of Campaign 3 of Critical Role. It's crazy that we're at episode 70 already. I think Campaign 2 is like 140-ish episodes, 141 I want to say. So if it's the same length, that means we're halfway through. I hope you guys are having fun because I've had a blast with this campaign and I've really enjoyed talking with you guys in the comments. We have arrived in Bassaris, and as we take in some of the surroundings, our friends who traveled to Asilra recognize some of the Vasselheim bastions running around, along with 3 sky ships. Oh shit, one just got bombed as we were looking at it. Oddly, none of the citizens wandering around seem too perturbed, so Timothy Chalamet, or Keyleth, turns into a flying creature to go check it out and speak with some potential allies she may have in town while the party go meet with Joe, much to Travis's dismay as he really wanted to go see what that explosion was. However, when we arrive at Imahara Joe's place, he's been taken captive. Laudna knocks on the door and receives no answer. Well, no answer in words. They got a crystal orb shooting lightning at them that gets thrown out the door, and that was not a good time. But our spooky gal spider climbs up to peek through a vent in the ceiling to see 7 individuals holding Joe and a hooded figure captive. However, Laudna takes 32 points of damage after the archer spots her and hits her with a bolt. Ow. And she gets pissed and fireballs the inside. So as Chet goes invisible, FCG stays by Dancer's side to protect her. Though she's got her pussy, she doesn't need protection. Imogen flies up to join her gal, and the rest of the team go backdoor as initiative starts. And guess with who? The Paragon's Call. Some of the members are sporting gold Matron of Raven's bird skull necklaces, and, well, also General Ratanish is there, so it wasn't exactly hard to figure out. Speaking of him being there, he wasn't. Letters cast banishment on him, and what could have been an incredibly hard fight that would have maybe resulted in a TPK since the group was already 20 hit points down from the teleport mishap, it became slightly easier. Chet and Fern are able to charm 2 of the members, halting some of the damage for a bit, and Ashton gets 2 natural 20s back to back. Orem then tries repeatedly to use the broken down crawlers in the junkyard, and ends up tying one of the call members to one and blowing them up by hitting the batteries, eviscerating them. Each explosion did 12d6. I love Liam's mind. Mr. even kills one by flame shitting in their mouth and causing their head to explode. Very colorful. And all is going great until the last member to survive, a druid, turns into a giant eagle, grabs the hostages, and attempts to flee. But Ashton uses a clutch pair of wormhole strikes that takes the bird out, causing the 3 to plummet 60 feet. But Ashton uses a new ability called Violent Gateway that lets them teleport to grab Imahara Joe, and Orem uses his boots to jump and bait and switch, so that he can take the brunt of the damage for the mystery figure. Luckily, they survive okay, not so much the druid, rip, and the party stand by and wait for the banishment spell to end to provide an onslaught of attacks to Ratanish. It almost makes it a full round around the table, but Orem gifts their "how do you want to do this" so that Ashton can have their full circle moment. After going through and looting all the bodies for 2k in gold and a pair of boots that resist dust, we need FCG to check these out later, the other figure reveals themselves to be Verna the Viper, a Lagamore, which is a bunny folk, who is a part of the Overmind sect of Tinkerers, and she specializes in strange esoteric explosives. It turns out the Paragon's Call were forcing them to make explosions like the one at the ship earlier, so that's solved. And also had them working on a broomstone nullifier, aka the death of airships, which was destroyed by Laudna's fireball. The party had made some noise though during the fight, and despite Joe's attempt to ease the crowd, they head to Hondir's old place that seems to be vacant but looks recently lived in, probably by squatters. And with their powers combined, Joe, Dancer, and Verna check the harness and believe that it can be fixed, but it will take time and resources. Apparently, if the party had used it, the user probably would have been destroyed. That's also nice to know. Stating that they need a workshop, supplies, and at least a week, but maybe even 2 or 3 weeks, the party decide to split with the trio and have Timothy take them to Whitestone to work with the terrible Tinkerer of Taldore, aka Percy. Before they depart, however, Ashton and Imogen slip away to track down some of their old nobodies at the All Minds Burn. There they meet Shady Sally, who after punching her, Ashton asks her to gather everyone they may know from their old life to help stop the Red Moon shit, and Justy, one of their friends we met in the earlier Bassaris episodes, actually states that someone there wants to meet them. She leads them down below to meet, well, I think an alien? When Imogen lets her guard down for a second, she senses a fractured, unified presence, but that it's not trying to hurt them, though it probably could, and the pair are led into a musty and dark spotted room with a citrus odor. And before them, they see a mass of vegetation with skeletal parts? It speaks mentally, like, what is this? Well, it's the All Minds Burn, but there's still no explanation for what it actually is. With some questioning, though, the pair learn that it's hundreds of years old and that it doesn't know where it's from, and that the powder that Justy gave Laudna in an earlier episode, yeah, it's full of this entity. Apparently its members smoke them to become part of the hive mind. It asks to search Imogen's mind and realizes that it wants to help, that the Ruidus problem seems to indeed be a problem, and gifts them a brood pit. AKA, it wants to be seeded and spread on Ruidus, and in exchange they offer all of its hive as backup in the fight. Meanwhile, Laudna starts to think Ashton kidnapped Imogen, since they didn't notice they slipped away, but quickly everyone reunites, even with Keyleth, who finds a tree, and casts transport via plants. And Belle's Hells head to meet with Gianna the Shore Shrew at the Shattered Teeth, and quickly as they step through she warns them that the island burps, okay, and to say hi to Taurus, whoever that is, and we are officially on the way. What did you guys think of the episode? I love these new races they're introducing, like the Lagamore. They're vaguely fey, much like the Satyr, and I want to know more about their background. I'm excited to see where we're headed to, and I also hope that the 3 Tinkerers can fix or maybe even adapt the harness to help them with the assistance of Percy. I just need to know what it will do. Is it going to age Ludinus and shrivel him up like he's a reverse Benjamin Button? I hope so. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my other recaps of Campaign 3. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Good day, my friends. Scorpion.